You are now listening to
the Primal Armor Podcast.
This episode is sponsored by Executive Fit LLC. They build custom deadlift platforms, custom barbell storage pieces, and make indoor and outdoor signage for your home or corporate gym. Every platform that pairs with a rack is customized to that specific rack, so everything fits nice and clean. And they ship nationwide. Each platform has a logo applied in a way that makes it impossible to peel up from wear and tear. They even make custom nameplates for your squat rack. Visit executivefitllc.com to request a quote and see what's available on their store. That's executivefitllc.com to upgrade your deadlift game today. Welcome back to episode 59 of the Primal Armor Podcast. Today we're going to be focusing on our eating habits and why we have cravings. In general, we have cravings because we're lacking something in our diet. If we're eating a balanced diet with macro and micronutrients, that helps a great deal with cravings. But the main reason of why we have cravings, that goes back to our primal ways. It has something to do with our body wanting or needing something. So your body seeks it out. And what's the thing that people crave most and seek out the most? It's sugar. Almost everyone I know would say that they have some sort of sweet tooth, and that's the hardest thing to control. But why do we crave sweets? It's not like our body actually needs sweets, and it's not like we're lacking sweets. But if we dive into it a little bit further, it might start to actually make sense. Back in the day, when we would hunt for our food, we never knew when our next meal was. And because of this, our bodies still think that we don't know when that next meal is coming. So we want something rich and filling that has tons of calories, like donuts, cake, and things like that. Our problem is that we just don't struggle to get food like that anymore. It's always readily available. And that's why we pack on the pounds so easily and so quick. It's because our bodies don't need that many calories. But sometimes, even when we're stuffed, we're still craving sweets. And why is that? That goes back to when we're babies. When we were babies, the only thing we survived off of was breast milk or formula. Breast milk is super sweet, and most babies use that for comfort when they're hungry, scared, tired, or literally just about anything else, and any parent can agree to that. And adults are the same exact way. We have those same innate habits in the back of our mind, and we contribute sweets with security from all those same things. And this is why it's so hard to fight cravings. It takes a lot of discipline, because it's in our nature that we still want to eat like we did when we were babies. This is why it's so important to do whatever you can to make your diet as balanced as possible. Eat fruits and vegetables instead of eating dense carbs like rice all the time, and vary your red and white meats. Eat healthy fats from nuts and seeds. Take your vitamins. Drink plenty of water. It's vital to try and be as balanced as you can to help your body fight off those cravings. Because that's the first thing that you want to reach for is sweets whenever you're lacking something in your diet. Another big thing that you can do to help your cravings is just to eat more regularly. Too many people skip meals and wait too long to eat their next meal. And this causes a dip in their blood sugar. So your body ends up craving sugar since that's the quickest way to raise that. And if we were to eat more regular meals, like smaller meals every few hours, instead of skipping breakfast or going 6 to 8 hours between meals, and that'll help keep your blood sugar steady and it'll help with those cravings. And eating real foods with natural sugars will also help keep your body more regular and in check. Today's food is loaded with artificial sweeteners, which are tens of times more sweet than regular sugar. And that deadens our taste buds over time to the taste of regular sugar and sweetness. So when you eat sweets, it takes more and more and more to actually satisfy that craving. This is a big reason why artificial sweeteners are so bad for you. They trick your mind, and they make it even harder to kick that sweet craving habit. When people hear that they need to eat whole foods, real foods, limit sugar, eat a balanced diet, they mainly think it's because they need them to lose weight, and it's so boring and that's so hard to do. But the biggest part in that is just because it helps kick cravings, and it reverses that lifestyle that people got there in the first place because they're just shoving their face full of crap. Cravings are people's worst enemy, and the worse we eat, the worse that the cravings actually get. So it's a double-edged sword. So throw the calorie thing out of your head for a second. Eat real foods for a balanced diet to kick the cravings. It'll make you feel better and look better and keep you away from trying to satisfy that sweet tooth. We're not even counting calories anymore. We're just thinking of ways to limit your cravings so you're not always reaching for food at every waking moment. Because like I said, it's a slippery slope. And one little thing to fix your diet can stop that slide down the hill. And it can begin your path to eating healthier and kicking cravings. So in the next week, try to find one small thing to do to regulate your diet. Whether that's eating some meals a little bit closer together, taking some vitamins, eating more real foods, trying to get a balanced diet, and even trying to eliminate artificial sweeteners. All you need to do is one small step to stop that slippery slope. And then after that, each week prior or each month prior, you can try to make your way a little bit closer to having a perfect diet. And perfect doesn't have to be chicken and rice. Perfect is what you deem it to be. And eating sweets every day might taste good now, but you feel like crap afterwards, after the sugar crashes and everything like that. That's why people hate their cravings. That's why this episode is made, is because people hate their cravings. And we're just trying to work our way towards getting rid of those cravings. So one little step at a time is all it takes. It's hard to start, but you're going to be thankful that you did. Before we end today's episode, I'd like to give a quick shout out to Anchor Podcasts. They distribute this podcast, you guys, in just about any platform you may try to find us on, such as Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and many, many more. All the recording, editing, and final touches are also done through Anchor, which makes getting the Primal Armor podcast out to you guys very quick, easy, and mobile. You guys can also submit questions or voice messages that I can add to our next episode. Go download the Anchor.fm app today to check out what it's all about. I just want to thank you for listening to today's podcast, and we'll see you back here again next week.